Give them hands down, look, who would be? It be me, and Timothy.
It's the rain. Missy Elliott.
Try to maintain.
Okay, everybody. If you can't stand the rain, you might want to listen to me. This is episode 31, Black Monday and the first days of 2024. Okay, if you like what you see or hear, click the subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner. I'm sounding pretty good here. I hope I don't go off the air because of what's going on outside right now. But what is going on outside right now? This is Chad Storm reporting from Carteret, New Jersey. Coastal flooding and 60-mile-an-hour winds locally for Tuesday night into Wednesday. Everybody stay safe. I do have a report here from NewJersey.com. Read a little bit of it. This fierce storm, which prompted Governor Murphy to issue the state of emergency on Tuesday, is expected to dump 1 to 3 inches of rain on the Garden State, possibly 4 inches in some areas. If you're near rivers, and these are the main rivers that they're talking about, there's 3 rivers in New Jersey that are expected to hit major flood level stages in Bergen County, Passaic County, and Morris County. So to anybody who watches this, any of my friends, stay safe. Even on the shore, I did see a little bit on the shore. I could see the email. Let's see. I already saw that. There's also, here we go. School closes. A lot of closings in the shore area. Flood warning, New Jersey school dismissal as of Tuesday. So, also the Assunpink Creek in Trenton is also could be affected by this as well. Forecasters, I-95 is going to be the biggest hit from left to right, depending on where you're at. Strong damaging winds, like I said before, 60 miles an hour inland. That's crazy. It's semi-tropical storm, which we've all had in New Jersey before. Like I said, let's just stay safe. There's a lot of possible even regular flooding on coastal flooding too. So Burlington County, Atlantic County, Cape May. Like I said, I said I'm Chad Storm. I got a friend who calls herself Weather Biatch. Yes, Laura, I'm calling you out. So, everybody, like I said, everybody be safe. And now let's talk about my pick 6. So for my last week, my pick 6, I went 5-1. So KC, I got winning over the Chargers. I got Denver losing to Vegas, Dallas beating Washington, Giants actually beating Eagles. I had that, so I'm good on that. One I lost was San Francisco. I think I did the scores wrong on here, but I did go 5-1. Let's just say that, and I did have Buffalo. So, all right. So let's go. I want to shout out my confidence pool winners. So week 18, same 38 players. First place went to Paul Garner. Second place went to Joe Fuentes. Very nice. And then for the season, I got my first place winner, Larry Blumenthal. Did an amazing job with this year. Second place, Paul Gardner. Third place, my Illinois people, Josie Wales. And fourth place, also Illinois, Rudy Rutherford. Sidebar winners was the best percentage. There was Josie Wales and Larry Blumenthal. Winners have been paid. I hope my voice is okay. It seems a little loud. Maybe, I don't know. I could probably lower it slightly. There we go. Maybe that's better. Okay. So next, again, I want to start this first. I'm running an NFL playoff bracket on poolhouse.com. Right now, there's 17 participants. and we're ready to pick. I've actually picked mine, and others have already started. We welcome more. Anybody, everybody. I can fit 1,000 players, so 1,000 brackets. So if you're interested, if you want to have a little fun with this, just shout out, email me at chesrolt@gmail.com for details of the pool. You got less than 3 days. Or actually less than 4 days. We're 3 days, 22 or 20 hours, something like that. And also, I got boxes. So new Super Bowl boxes. The first set of 5, 10s, and 20s are full. Contact me for a set of second boxes at chazroyalty@gmail.com. You can text or call if you have the information. So before I get to NFL, let's talk a little bit about NCAA, the National Championship. Well, congratulations to Michigan as they prevail in NRG Stadium, dismantling Washington 34-13. National championship run forged by adversity, as one outlet put it. I think Michigan, it was an amazing team this year. They played their what's off through everything and anything that the NCAA could give them. There should not be an asterisk. There should not be, anything disparaging about this team, that just because their coach did a couple bad things on his part, not necessarily for the team, that was, so I feel that, Harbaugh did everything to himself, which also might turn into him leaving Michigan, but that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother talk down the road. That could be like literally 2 podcasts down the road. So, but it was a hard-fought game for 3 quarters, and then Washington just meant Michael Penix had nothing left. So, go figure. All right, so let's go to this next. Best game of the weekend, of course, which they always slate as the best game for week 18. It was Buffalo beating the Miami Dolphins 21-14 to win the AFC East. I mean, a heck of a game. I watched most of it, and to my opinion, that Buffalo is probably one of the best teams in the league. They've been on fire going in for the last 5 that they've won, as opposed to somebody else who's done 5 of the last 6 they've lost. And we'll get to that next. Like I said, I picked this. I did not pick this to be as bad as it was. 27-10. Eagles have some work to do. They need to figure out fast what they're about, what the defense has been lacking, for no better terms. I mean, it's been pitiful. The words coming out of Beth's mouth is not been good over the last 6 weeks. The Giants losing on Christmas, and I mean barely losing. That should be 6 out of 6. They should have lost 6 in a row. They really should have, but they did not. Like I said, and now going forward, we'll talk about that a little bit. But I think the Giants being done, they're done. We go on to next year. Offseason already, obviously, in Philly. Like I said, they got a lot of work to do. And they're going up against a team that basically skated through. But I'll talk about that in a bit. The other NFC East team, Dallas, won the NFC East. Second time in 3 years, maybe third time in about 5 or something. I forget what it is. Dallas has done well this year. Probably Dak's best year. Never thought I'd say that. I thought he had better years, but this year he had a very good year. So, kudos to him. I'll give Dak an applause. I mean, and I was talking to a coworker today, can they keep Dak? But that's for another time. I mean, free agency starts in March, so if they can keep Dak, that would be great. But when you got CeeDee Lamb and you got Parsons. We were talking about. I said I would keep Parsons, and I'd probably tag CD. It could go reverse because defensive guys would be cheaper in the tag. So we'll see on that. Okay, quick through the football. So Saturday games, Pittsburgh shocked they played Baltimore. I didn't even say that. They shocked Baltimore. And they won, and they won their way into the playoffs. And Baltimore, being the AFC North champs, didn't take them lightly. I mean, Huntley's not a bad backup, but they didn't take that team lightly at all. I'm sorry, but I didn't see the score. It was close, but not too close. And then Houston won their game to win the AFC South by beating Indianapolis 22-19. Now, heck of a game. I gotta say, heck of a game. I mean, they put the best game on Saturday at the right time. All right, 1 o'clock games, real quick. Tampa Bay shut out Carolina in a baseball score, 9-0. Tampa Bay goes into the playoffs as the number 4 seed. Cleveland lost to Cincy. Cincy's out, but Cleveland's still in. And now Cincinnati's out because they had a lot of injuries. There's no doubt about it. They couldn't overcome that injury. So, and then Minnesota thought they had something going, but they've had a pretty bad year too. They couldn't beat Detroit even after they had already won. So they win 30-20. Jets beat New England, beat Belichick. What's going to happen to Belichick? So far, nothing yet. But, the Jets need this win to solidify, something for down the road. Especially with Aaron Rodgers in the loom of coming back. Which maybe I'll talk about Aaron. I've been airing out the last 2 days, if you know what I mean. Atlanta got destroyed by New Orleans, and if you didn't see what happened afterward, there was a bit of a coach rousing up. The Atlanta coach was not happy that New Orleans didn't, hold the brakes, a little bit, and he showed it. Now he's not there anymore, but he showed his displeasure with New Orleans coach. So, and then that was that. And I heard something that Jameis Winston should be let go from the Saints. Okay, yeah, that was all his fault. Anyway, and then Tennessee beat Jacksonville, but they're still out. And then Tennessee let their coach go. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Jacksonville's in. They weren't playing anybody, but they're in the playoffs. 4 o'clock, Seattle edges Arizona. Seattle didn't really need it. They had, I think they're in. Maybe not. No, they're not in. They're actually not in. Same with Chicago. Chicago didn't. They had no shot. Green Bay, they needed something to move forward, especially they are in the playoffs. Kansas City edges the Chargers. The backups barely beat the Chargers. Let's put it that way. Almost nobody played for KC. And then Vegas, I didn't put their score in, but Vegas did beat Denver. And the Rams at the very end, like San Francisco had this game, and the Rams came out and won this game. All right. So let me get this off, ticker off. Okay, playoff picture, how it looks now. So let me look at this real quick. Okay, perfect. So obviously the number 1 seeds are Baltimore for the AFC and San Francisco for the NFC. Number 2 for AFC is Buffalo. Number 3 is Kansas City, and number 4 is Houston. They're the home games. So 5 is playing 4. Cleveland is playing Houston. 6 is playing 3. So Miami plays Kansas City, and 7 plays 2. And that's 7 is Pittsburgh playing Buffalo. In the NFC, you got 2 Dallas, 3 Detroit, 4 Tampa, all home. Philly is the road team. They're playing at Tampa. 5 is the Rams playing at Detroit. Big story there with quarterbacks facing each other who got traded for each other. And then 7 playing 2, Green Bay playing Dallas. That's another story with Green Bay and the Dallas coach, McCarthy, going back to Green Bay. So we got some stories. Can Philly beat Tampa? Can they stop this Miami offense? Cleveland and Houston, interesting game of newbies, basically. Well, new guy in Houston and Flacco, the old guy. And then Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh wasn't expected to be there. Buffalo edged their way back into it by beating Miami. So I'm going to pick my conference picks. I already have everything picked, okay, for this. For my picks. And NFC Championship, I have Buffalo Bills at Baltimore. And then winning that game, I have Baltimore. In the NFC, I have Dallas going to San Francisco and San Francisco going to the Super Bowl. Yes, it's chalk. It's 1-2, 1-2. I think that's more probable picks. And then for my Super Bowl, obviously Baltimore, San Francisco I have in. I'm picking Baltimore to win Super Bowl 58. That's my pick, and I feel it's going to be 34-31. That's what I'm going to say, 34-31. Because I have my guess, I have 65, so 34-31 sounds right. So whoever's got 4-1, be prepared. If I'm right, you win on your boxes. Now, I'll tell you my picks now for who I think is going to win this week. So Miami, Kansas City, I got Kansas City. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, I got Buffalo. Cleveland and Houston, I go Cleveland. So Los Angeles and Detroit, I got Detroit. Green Bay and Dallas, I got Dallas. And Philly and Tampa Bay, I actually went Philly. I think Philly's going to come out and figure something out. So let's see if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0. Like I might pick 6. I hope to go 6-0 to advance into the next round. Yeah, I'm not giving my whole thing, although I almost already did give my whole thing away, which is fine. Not everybody watches, but when some people do watch, they can take what I tell you or think that on their own. It's up to them. All right, so now to what happened yesterday and a little bit today. So who got fired and who's next? So Arthur Smith from Atlanta, the Atlanta coach who I was talking about how he got a little upset on Sunday, he gone. Ron Rivera, Washington, that was almost inevitable. I mean, you saw it coming from probably week 6. He gone. Mike Vrabel, that surprised me. I thought they liked this guy. I really did. But Tennessee, I think it was early today, when we first heard Mike Vrabel, he gone. Now, I'm sure we all heard, if you're New York fans, Giants fans, you heard there was a little scuffle, ruffle. Dable wanted to fire people. He fired Martindale's guy. Well, let's count how many coaches he's actually let go. So, defensive coordinator, yeah. Reports Monday that Wink Martindale would be resigning, but as of Tuesday, it has not happened yet. I'm sure it will, if it hasn't already. Kevin Wilkins, that's the guy. Assistant outside linebackers coach was fired. The outside linebackers coach, Drew Wilkins, was fired. Offensive line coach Bobby Johnson was fired. I'm not surprised Bobby Johnson was fired. Offensive line's been bad all year. I mean, you had to bring in Justin Pugh off the couch, and he worked out better than everybody else was playing. Special teams coordinator Thomas McGahee was fired. So we're talking about 4 firings, possibly another 5th one. The running backs coach Jeff Nixon left to be the offensive coordinator at Syracuse, and the strength and conditioning coach Craig Fitzgerald moved on to the University of Florida. So we had two coaches who actually left because they got better jobs in college. So as of today, Giants to interview Raiders offensive line coach Carmen Bracilio, per report from Ralph Vacchiano. And that's just actually, I'm sorry, that was per report. Ralph Vacchiano talked about Wink Martindale, saying he hasn't officially resigned yet. The Chargers put in a request to interview Giants assistant general manager Brandon Brown for their GM job. Great, we're going to lose our assistant GM. And that's pretty much it for now. But like I said, that was some crazy, crazy stuff that was going on with, all this Black Friday. It was probably a little bit less than expected, but it's neither here nor there, honestly. There could be more. Truthfully, there could be more. Just wait and see. Belichick's the big one. Will Belichick retire? Will Belichick ask to go to somewhere else? Which means they could trade him, which would be an interesting thing. You could trade a coach. It has happened in the past. All right, so let's see. Any MLB notes, Yankees, Mets, offseason this week. Well, one thing happened, and I know my buddy Jim LeBruno doesn't like it. Sean Manaea got a 2-year deal to provide much-needed boost to the rotation. Manaea joins Adrian Hauser, Luis Severino as external additions to the team made this offseason to put into the rotation, which already had Kodai Senga and Jose Quintana. You know what? Not a bad pitching staff, but not great either. I mean, what's this? Oh, players. Their 40 men had reached 40 players after, so they signed Harrison Bader, so that they actually had to let somebody go. With that in mind, these 3 players could have spots on the 40-man roster. Reed Garrett, they got him off waivers for the Orioles. Doesn't say what he is. Oh, he's a pitcher. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So Reed Garrett, that's the other one. All right. So Yankees didn't do much this week. I mean, I kind of expected to hear something about this other Japanese pitcher. Where is Bryan Hoch? Let's see. He only talks about the Hall of Fame coverage. Gary Sheffield, Alex Rodriguez, Carlos Beltran, Andy Pettit, Andrew Jones, and Andrew's not going in as a Yankee. He's going in as a Brave. Bobby Abreu, Bartolo Colon, Matt Holliday. Yeah, none of those guys are going in as Yankees. I still think Alex Rodriguez needs to go in. Okay, but that's just my opinion. Let's see. What's this comment? I'm not hating on the Mets, but could use a stronger pitcher. Absolutely, I do agree with that today. They could use a better starting pitcher. I mean, not for nothing. They're just. Oops, wrong one. Not for nothing. They're just not strong enough for whatever reason yet. I mean, everything's on paper right now, so that it's really hard to tell. Like I said, getting back to the Yankees, Hall of Fame. I get the Andy Pettit argument for. Because he's a great postseason pitcher. He does have numbers that are equitable to, normal what the 5-man rotations have been over the last 30 years. But I don't think he might make it in his first 10 years. I don't think he's not making it now, which would be his first year. So, and he's at 17%. So at least he beat the 5%. But see, I think A-Rod, like I said, A-Rod. It's his 3rd year on the ballot. He's got 35%. We have to get past the steroid issue because, if I'm correct, around this time, a lot of people did steroids. And you do have possible people who did steroids that are in now. You also have people who have done other things that are in when it comes to, just flat out being bad guys. And I'm talking about these people from the early 1920s to the 1940s, just bad dudes. Yeah, Ty Cobb, number 1. Ty Cobb doesn't. He is a good, if not great player, if you look at his numbers. But the man was accused of so many things, and I'm sorry, because he took a shot in his ass once in a while, and he never got caught, other than paper. That's what bothers me when I get integrity of the game. I do. Don't get me wrong. I'm a little conservative on that, but not as conservative as you think, because when I see other pitchers doing this, I see other hitters doing this. Brady Anderson, I know in my head, did that for a year because, got 50 home runs and never got anything. He never sniffed close to 25. So, Alex, for the duration of his time playing from whatever it was, 2000, okay, it's years of pinstripes is 2004. So, we're going to like mid to late 90s all the way to 2016. I mean, 697 is not anything to sniff your nose at. I mean, it's a lot of home runs. And he did it as a right-hander in Yankee Stadium for 12 seasons. 13 seasons probably, actually, if I'm doing the math wrong. The 13 seasons. He did, actually it was 12 because he did get suspended for that year. So 12 seasons, he got a bunch of home runs that he had to hit into that deep left field seats, which I know nobody complains about. Judge doesn't complain about it. He knows how to hit it the opposite way. But Alex should get in. Andy should, but may not get in. Carlos, I think he's getting in, if anything, as a Met, if he gets in. I mean, 435 home runs, 9 All-Star selections. He became a Yankee at 39. He's not getting in as a Yankee. He's best known, unfortunately, for striking out, in that as a Met in that 2006 season. But he was really good then. Casey Howard, hey, what's up, Casey? Anyway, so Gary Sheffield, he's probably just as tainted as Alex, but I think he'll get in too at some point. I mean, although it's his 10th year now, he's only at 55%. They might get him in on the senior bracket, as they call it. But the first person on that senior bracket, and I'll say it now and I'll say it again many times over these episodes over the next, how many years I do this, Pete Rose needs to get in. I don't care if you don't even invite him. Just put the man in. He deserves to have a bust in Cooperstown, period. Anyway, so Sheffield, Alex, and it kind of kills me that certain guys who are even Yankee guys who vote, who have the vote, don't vote for Alex. And it's frustrating. And I'm friendly with one of those guys because he got me tickets to see a Yankee game a long time ago. And I'm ever grateful for him giving me those tickets at the end of the year, one year when we were playing the Red Sox. But I still don't agree with him not putting Alex on his ballot. And I have a personal thing for this because I was a director at one point for bowling. And I took my Hall of Fame vote very seriously. Like, I wanted to hear why other people didn't believe certain people should be in or out. And I actually was upset when I voted for one. I'm not going to say who. I voted for somebody. And he only got 6 votes that year. And he's still not in the Hall of Fame in Monmouth County. And that bothers me. But it is what it is. And I still remember the 6 votes because it's something that just stuck with me. That somebody who's that good of a bowler has done a lot for bowling. Almost was not, he had a good reputation as opposed to some of the bad ones that were already in the Hall of Fame in Monmouth County. And he couldn't get in because, in my opinion, not enough people knew him. And that's a problem. Just because you don't know a name, you should be in a Hall of Fame for your numbers, period. I get what I said about Ty Cobb. but you should be in for your numbers. So that's what Bryan Hoch had to say about he posted up stuff about these other guys. And Bartolo Colon, he's being sexy. That's all he is. He's never getting the Hall of Fame. He can get in the Hall of Fame of fat pitchers that hit home runs. That's the Hall of Fame he can get in. So we know all about his amazing home run he hit in, I want to say 2015 or 16. Matt Holliday, he might get in. I'm not sure he played long enough to do it. Let's see, did I miss anybody? Bobby Abreu, he probably will. At some point, he's 50 on the ballot, but it's low. Maybe not, 15.4%. That's low. So I don't know. All right, so let me go to this. I wanted to talk about this. I haven't talked about this at all this year because it's not really something that keeps people around. It might keep Casey. I don't know about Start Today. I think Casey's a big basketball fan. So you might listen to this. Start Today, I'm not sure what fan you are. So we got the rankings for the 12th week of basketball. Oklahoma City is the number one team now, number one rated team, 23-11. Number 2, which was number 1 last week, Boston Celtics, 28-7. Number 3, the Denver Nuggets, who won last year, 26-12. But Nikola Jokic, number 4. This shocks me. Minnesota Timberwolves have gotten this good this fast. Is this an A-Rod connection? Remember, Alex Rodriguez bought this team with somebody else. All of a sudden, their offensive rating is really pretty good, but their defensive rating is number 1. They're the first rated defensive team in the league, 108.7. That's crazy. Let's see. Number 5 is the Clippers. So LA is the best team in LA. Tell that to Mr. James. I'm sure he won't like that. Number 6 is New Orleans Pelicans. Wow. You're kidding. You see, this is how much I haven't watched basketball. CJ Collum has made this team pretty good. Who's on their team? Somebody, let's see, comments. I think I'll Start Today. Bulls? Let's see where the Bulls are. Hold on. All right. Let's see. I figured I'd lose Start Today. Let's see. 76ers are 7. Bucks are 8. Pacers 9. Where are my Knicks? See, Casey, my Knicks are higher than your Bulls right now. 21-15. They're a stud offensive team. I tell you right now. Another comment. Okay. It's just early in the season. I'll give you that. But we're at week 12, so it's not as early. It's definitely not as early. We got 12 weeks in. And the Knicks are higher than, if I'm correct, I haven't said yet, the 76ers. Mavericks are 11. Heat 12. Sacramento, the worst team in the 80s is number 13. Okay. I'm going to see if I can find your Bulls. Let's see. Cleveland, Houston. Oh, dude, you're way down here. Jazz. Oh, they're the Bulls. Found them. They're 19th ranked. Let's see. We ain't been good since the 90s. No, hold on. Didn't you? Who's the Bull you had in the 2000s that became a Knick? And why am I forgetting his name? You were good in the 2000s for a little bit. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about too, because I don't recall who it was that we had on the Knicks that was a Bull. Who I thought at 6 you were good and he won an MVP. See, I remember certain things. I don't remember certain names sometimes. But he didn't do well for the Knicks. I think Thibodeau benched him, and now he's done. And now I can't remember. But that's crazy. And the Lakers are 20. Holy Jesus. The Lakers are 20. Let's see. No champ. Yeah, of course. Neither one of us had a championship. Yeah, you at least had a championship in 98. We haven't had a championship since 73. So, yeah. Knicks came close in 94. I was right there. And Casey, you might have been a little young for this in 94. I forget how old you are, buddy. But the Knicks, when they played in 94, Game 5, I remember it like it was yesterday because I was watching it, and all of a sudden, who pops on the TV? First time they ever go half on the TV, it was O.J. Simpson driving down whatever road in LA, trying to get home to get arrested. That's what it was. Game 5 got completely checked. Yes, it was Derrick Rose. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Derrick Rose. He's with Memphis now? I thought he retired. Wow, I guess damn. It's how much I'm paying attention to basketball right now, dude. It won't be till about February or March when I really start getting into it, because obviously baseball's coming back. With football with their offseason. That's when I start getting into it, especially with March Madness. So that's when I'll start paying attention. All right. I think we're done. Top 20 is enough. I'm done with that. I don't need to go any further. What else we got? No, I'm not too young. Well, I'm 47. I forget how old you are, dude. I was graduating high school when the Knicks won in '94. So, and I started at a UPS 5 years later. But that's another story for another time. All right, so why do I have this up? Oh, I should have got rid of that. And then I'm going to get rid of that because we're going to be a little done with NBA for now. And I want to promote this a little bit because I haven't talked about WWE in a while. Oh, you got 2 more comments. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I do the same with baseball, okay? And you're 10 years younger, so you would have been 7 in '94. Were you paying attention to NBA then? You might have been, actually. How much I know you, I think you might have been paying attention. So, WWE, I cannot wait for this. The Royal Rumble preview, and this should still stay because Roman Reigns did not like this at the end of the match. On last SmackDown, Roman Reigns and his boys come out and start beating up on AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. And, of course, the general manager is there. So, long story short, at the end, the general manager walks by the manager of Roman Reigns and says, your boy just screwed up. He's now got a match at Royal Rumble Fatal 4-Way with all 3 of those gentlemen he's beating up right now, which almost made him crap his pants. And I'm saying crap his pants because I'm trying to be cordial. And I only saw it today, but there was a backstage when they walk backstage and Roman Reigns is pumping himself up. And then he tells the manager tells Roman Reigns that you now have a match, a Fatal 4-Way match against the AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. I cannot wait. I want to pick LA Knight to win. I want to pick Randy Orton to win. I wouldn't even have a problem. I actually wouldn't have a problem with AJ Styles either. My fear is they're still going to keep it at Roman Reigns until WrestleMania. That's my fear. But let's see. We'll see. I would love to see one of those 3 actually take it away from him. And I think that would be an interesting storyline going to WrestleMania. But, especially if they could find a way to break up this, head of the table BS that I'm so done with, honestly, myself. I'm done. Now, there's a couple other matches, too. So, Kevin Owens is looking to win the United States title from his current holder, Logan Paul. I'm telling you right now. I hope to God they get it away from this guy. I have no love for Logan Paul. None whatsoever. I refuse to drink his drink. I want nothing to do with this dude. He's a joke. He's a heel. And that's the storyline he's going with. And I know he's not going to do this. CM Punk. I'd rather have CM Punk have the title of U.S. title than Logan Paul. And CM Punk's a punk, but he seems to be on the right path. But he's not going to be in any match. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble. He's already slated to be in the Royal Rumble. So that's the other matches, which I cannot wait because it's the start of WrestleMania season. B, 30 people in a ring. It's not usually 30 at one time. At most, it's probably ever been 15 to 20. And just to see all the different people that come out. You get a lot of people who have been retired for a while come out. You get, and it's just for show, but it's fun. I mean, I still remember the days of in the 90s when Doink the Clown was in it, and all these different older people. When they brought the women in, what was it, 5 years ago, and they brought all the older women back. I love that. And then now Trisha's been back, Lita's been back. I'm forgetting Edge's wife, which kills me. I'm forgetting her name right now because she's one of my top 5 all-time women that I love from WWE. It'll come back to me. We got little matches, and I honestly can't wait. And it's exclusively on Peacock. So if you don't have Peacock, you got to watch these matches. You got to see it, and to see it live. It's. I think it's January 28th. I got to put this on my calendar. January 27th. Sorry, January 27th, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Peacock. So two big matches and 2 Royal Rumbles. If there's anything else, it's golden. Honestly. What we got? George the Animal Steel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that. George the Animal Steel. He was pretty good, too. I lost Casey. Where did Casey go? I guess Casey's gone. Okay. Let me get back to my banner. So, talk about this. And I watched this on Sunday night when the football game was going on. I'm into movies. I've talked about this before. So different people won, and I'll get into the people that won. But I want to talk about the Joe Coy performance. And to me, Joe Coy did very well for only hosting. Only knowing he was hosting for 20 days. And his Taylor Swift joke that. The doubleheader for football had more Taylor Swift shots than we're going to have tonight. And then they go to her, and she has this face of, I'm not approving. But honestly, it was funny. It was ha-ha funny, in my opinion. But she just didn't take it as ha-ha funny. What are we commenting here? Casey's back. Okay. I guess he dropped a second. Okay. So, like I said, Joe Coy, I think, did well. I think people who just don't appreciate Joe Coy and don't know Joe Coy didn't get his humor. He was better than half the people that are there, that are comedians. And I gotta say that I appreciate the couple awards that they had, new awards that they got too. So let me start from the top. I'm not going to give every nominee, but for actor in a musical, it went to Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers. I want to see that movie. The Holdovers looks like a good movie. Actor in a drama motion picture. If you haven't seen this movie, you guys, Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy killed it as Oppenheimer. Absolutely amazing role. Comment. Casey, who's your favorite wrestler? Mine is Hillbilly Gene Williams, the cartwheels. All right, Casey, who's your favorite wrestler? Let me see the messages. Where is it, Casey? Okay, let's start off first. Casey, do you like WWE wrestling or AEW or anything like that? Are you into that? To know it. I don't recall. I know we talked a lot about basketball back at UPS and talked about football, obviously, with sports. I'll wait. I'll start talking more about the awards, and we'll get when Casey comes back or gets an answer. Oh, maybe we got an answer. Hold on. Here we go. There you go. Stone Cold Steve Austin. I can't argue that. So I don't know if start today. I told you who mine is. Yes, the beer, yes. So start today, Casey. I don't know if I ever told you guys who mine is. Mine's right now the CEO, Triple H. He was my guy, and I even went one step further. I got to name my one son after my 2 twins. My wife, my ex-wife. I'm retired too. I used to follow. Yeah, me too. I still follow. It's actually gotten better recently, but love the Triple H. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was the man. He really was. Now I went one step further. My one son is Aiden, named by my ex-wife. My other son is Hunter. I did not go HHH because my last name is not anything H. But I did name his initials spell out another type of statement. If you think his initials are HRK. Can anybody tell me what HRK might mean? HRK. Let's see if anybody comes in. HRK, going once, going twice. All right, so Hunter Ryan Kawas is named, is an acronym that I thought of in my head when I thought of it, was Home Run King for a baseball player. Yeah, absolutely right. Start today, Home Run King. No. That would have been funny. Hunter Hurts Kawas. Oh my God, HHK. That would have been funny. My ex would not have gone for that. But yes, start today. You're absolutely right. Home run king, and he plays baseball. Hunter plays baseball. So I'm crossing my fingers in 15 years. Anything's possible. All right, so let's get back to these winners. Like I said, if you guys can see Oppenheimer, please do. It's a must. Emma Stone won for Best Actress in a musical / comedy for Poor Things. It looks like a little funky type movie, but she beat Margot Robbie and Barbie. And I'll get to that in a minute, because Barbie won for this new category, Cinematic and Box Office Achievement, which beat there were like 8 or 9 different movies. Now this is the finding. So the movies that were in this category are probably the top 8 or 9 movies of this year. So you got Barbie, you got Oppenheimer, you got Super Mario Brothers movie, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, John Wick Chapter 4, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour actually made this category, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. All 9 movies made this category, and Barbie won. Go figure. And I'll talk about that really quick. I wasn't sure about watching Barbie. My kids said they saw it this weekend, so we decided, I said, do you want to watch it again? They said, yeah. So I watched it. It pulled Beth in, because Beth actually started hearing what was going on with the movie. It's an interesting story. It's a women's lib type story with the doll references. And it's really interesting. And America Fiera, if you remember her from back TV days, I think it was Ugly Betty, she plays a very integral role in this movie. And it's really cool, I think. And I'm not a progressive, whatever you want to call it, that woke person that, women's lib, and women do deserve more than what they are getting. But this movie does show, in my opinion, the better half of what needs to be done. So kudos to them. I thought that was a really good movie. And I do love Margot Robbie. Don't get me wrong. I love Margot Robbie. Yeah. Anyway, before I delve into a deeper bad way, drama motion picture with Oppenheimer. Thank God. I mean, there were some good movies. Maestro, Killers of the Flower Moon, which I want to see that. Some Martin Scorsese movie. Anatomy of a Fall, Maestro. Maestro is a Bradley Cooper movie. And Zone of Interest, I've never heard of, but that sounds like a very deep drama. Musical or comedy, motion picture went to Poor Things. That beat Barbie. Go figure. Poor Things beat Barbie. Director in the motion picture, Christopher Nolan. The Christopher Nolan, I didn't remember. He did all the Batmans, who worked with Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy was in those Batmans with why am I forgetting? Okay, now I'm back. Let's see. Come on. Give it a minute. It's slow. I don't know why it's slow. There we go. Yes, there we go. That says, did you ever watch The Wrestler? Yes, I did. That was, what's his name from Iron Man 2? I'm forgetting his name. But yes, I did. I actually not only saw it, I know the supermarket where he works. It was used in this movie, and funny thing was, I was working at this company at the time in a different store. So I worked for a supermarket called Acme for 15 years, and one of the Acme's up actually near close to where I live now had why am I forgetting his name? He was in 9.5 Weeks. Why can't I know the movies he's in, and I cannot remember the name. But yeah, he was in the Acme working in that deli, and then he does that wrestling thing, whatever, or gets upset and breaks something. He does it in that Acme. It's, I think, the Middlesex Acme in Middlesex, New Jersey, which I'm not sure is there anymore. But I'm almost positive that's where it was, where it was shot. All right. So, let's see. I can do a couple more. Let's see. Screenplay. Oh, they did do TV stuff too. Succession was best drama TV series. My opinion, 1923 was better, but I haven't seen Succession yet. That's on me. I will see Succession at some point. Actress in a drama role, Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon. She had a great speech. I got to say, she had a great speech. Supporting actress in a motion picture. If you didn't see the Golden Globes, Divine Joy Randolph had an amazing, a little eye-popping dress, if you got to catch my drift. What we got? Mickey Rourke. Yeah, thank you, sir, today. Thank you. I knew it was somebody I was on the tip of my tongue. Oops. Where'd that go? There we go. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. won for supporting actor. I don't think he's ever won for any of these pictures. Iron Man should have won him something, especially dying at the end. Sorry if I gave anything away. Hopefully you two saw the end of Endgame. Robert Downey Jr.'s final scene was the best scene he's ever been in my opinion. Although Oppenheimer was pretty good too. He plays a very good bad guy. And I know I gave that away, but if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's really good. Original song. So there were 3 songs from the Barbie movie in its original song. The one from Billie Eilish actually is the one that actually won. And honestly, I've heard this song on the radio. It's called What Was I Made For? Now, if you listen to the song on the radio, it sounds like she's singing a very depressing song. But when it comes to the movie, it fits perfectly. I mean, now you know why the song was written, because of what's in the movie. And I'm going to say this, and if you haven't seen the song yet, I'm Just Ken, written by Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt. And it's performed by Ryan Gosling. Excuse me. The Chinese actor from the 10 Rings movie who's in this, and a bunch of other guys. And they're all dancing and prancing, singing this I'm Just Ken song. It's mind-numbing, but it's funny, I think. I mean, it might take a brain cell. I won't lie. It might take a brain cell. But it was funny to see this type of acting going on. You love Billie Eilish. Really? I laugh. So much I can read right now, so today. Eyelash, that's funny. Original score, careless. I'm not going to say animated feature film because I don't even know what that film is. The Boy and the Heron, never heard of it. And now going back to Joe Coy, he was pretty good compared to this guy, because this guy used to rip a lot of people when he did some of these award shows. Ricky Gervais won for best stand-up comedy on television. And he beat out some really good people. And this is another new category. Stand-up comedy on television. You're going to see Matt Rife on this one day if he ever gets out through this thing that he's going through right now. But he beat Sarah Silverman, Chris Rock, Amy Schumer, Trevor Noah, and Wanda Sykes. That's a lot of good. I would have picked Trevor Noah myself, but that's just me. Okay, I think that we're past. There's a lot of people I don't know. Actor in a drama series. Macaulay Culkin's little brother, Kieran Culkin, won for Succession. This one's funny, and I might want to watch this. It's called Beef. It's a TV miniseries on, I think it's Apple Plus. Ali Wong won for Best Actress, beating out people like Rachel Weisz, Elizabeth Olsen, Brie Larson. She beat out Captain Marvel. I mean, please. Anybody see The Bear? That's another one that got some big awards last night. The beat Ted Lasso. Anything that beats Ted Lasso, you got to think, you got to watch that. And it won for Best Miniseries. Go figure. So that's a lot of talking about the Golden Globes, but it was enjoyable. I gotta say, it was an enjoyable award show, especially the first of the year. I think the first of the year awards are usually can be the best, and they really did show a pretty good showing. All right, and then obviously into the next two. So on the 4th of February, we got 66 Grammy Awards, and then the Screen Actors Guild, which I was kept calling this on my previews. I changed it up. It's not the Screen Actors. It was the Golden Globes I watched. The Screen Actors will be on Netflix. Shocking that the first time it's ever been on something that's not a network. On the 24th of February. So I don't know if anybody watched this or if you guys care about this. I'll go real quick about it. The Golden Wedding was pretty cool. The Golden Wedding had a lot of the former women from that Golden Bachelor show. A lot of them showed up, shockingly. And one of them, who was kind of Teresa's nemesis of sorts, ends up being a commentator. So it was kind of interesting. And I don't know these bachelors. I honestly, I never really watch them. I don't know who they are. I have to look them up if I ever see somebody. But there was a bachelor proposal. I started following them now on Instagram because they're a curious couple. So I follow curious things. And there was a bachelor proposal on the Golden Wedding prior to the Golden Wedding. And good for the guy. He was smart. He actually asked permission from both Teresa and Gary. So, and like I said, it was a beautiful wedding. I thought it was beautiful. You know, they did this right. Good for ABC. You know, I honestly can't wait for more Golden Bachelors or Bachelorettes. That would be an interesting one. One of those ladies who didn't win, there's a good amount of you could pick, be the Bachelorette. If they haven't found a man already. That's going to be the kicker because a lot of these women are actually dating people now because they got picked for this. Uh-oh. I fear the comments on this one. I did too. And that's the Golden Girls kind of emulated what these women were doing in the Golden Bachelor. They kind of gravitated to each other. And that was the interesting part of this. And I know Beth would say the same thing. That's what made the dichotomy of this so interesting, you know, and fun to watch. All right, I got a few left, not a lot. So, Casey, I'm not sure you got get any of these in Ohio now. I think you're in Ohio, and so today I don't know where you're at. Maybe you're in Jersey. But I saw a lot of these coming up about TGIFridays closing, you know, and I'm not sure, and I'm not going to find it now, screw it. There's a lot of different closings that's been going on in New Jersey with these restaurants. Excuse me. Let me do this. Anyway. Damn, I hope I'm not getting sick. Anyway, it's making me sad because TGIFridays used to be the place to go. I mean, back in the 90s, it was absolutely one of the places to go. I know we're now 25 plus years later. I tell you, when I used to live near in Island, I hate to say it, I see why they went out of business, or a lot of them were going out of business. So oh man, do I have tissues? Yes, I do. Excuse me, guys. I think that's the issue. Oh man. Anyway, so no, I'm not getting sad. Trust me, it's not that. It's just there's a lot of restaurants closing, and maybe we just need to start going out a little bit more to these restaurants. And some of them are small businesses, not all of them. Some of them are small business. Let's see. I used to really like them over time. They got sketchy with it. I agree. That was the issue. They got sketchy. Their hiring practices were bad too. I mean, they hired not the greatest people, and they kept them instead of firing them. But yeah, so there were other ones in New Jersey too, and I don't know if they couldn't hold on. There was small business issues, so that's that. Maybe I'll get more into this down the road, maybe when there's a little more things to talk about. So I'm going to be a little self here now. So what I'm looking at, basketball. The CBA boys basketball team, who's been usually pretty good over the time since I've been there, are now they're barely over 500. They're 5-3 in 8 games, and I think they have a game either today or tomorrow. They lost to Red Bank Regional, Randolph in the JP Flynn tournament, and to Manasquan. And I admittedly saw this Manasquan game. One of their, excuse me, one of CBA current students, posted this live on their Instagram, who I follow, and it happened on 1/6, so it was this weekend. And they ended up going to overtime. And Manasquan was just better. I mean, the CBA guys were clanking shots. I mean, they were hitting the rim as much as I usually had when I used to play. These are kids. They practice as much as they can. They should be hitting these shots. For whatever reason, they didn't. They lost by 2. But maybe they definitely got upset because the next game, 2 days later, against Pioneer Academy, won 98-65. So you could tell they got upset. So now I'm going to go to bowling. So CBA doing pretty good there, 7-2, and now they're 8-2 because they beat Monmouth Regional today. I found that out from my brother. But I have to compliment my nephew, Casey. 30 games is in now 33, and he didn't do it too well this week. But excuse me, today. Yesterday he did pretty good, but not today. 30 games bowled before today, 153.23 average. Now he started with a 157, but went lower. But now he's creeped it back up. He's still having a very good freshman year, I got to say. I just wish his team would pick it up. It's 4 seniors with him. It's 4 seniors, and he's the freshman. But that means the coach has Casey going on for the future. But CBA, and Monmouth is 4-6 now, 4-7. So they're only 2 teams worse. Shore Regional and Law Branch are worse than them right now in the B North. But CBA's got some work to do. They're 8-2, and they have to learn to beat Red Bank Regional. That's number 1. Red Bank Regional there is higher than them. They've beaten them before. They've lost to Red Bank Regional now, I think, twice. Out of their 2 losses, I think, are both to Red Bank Regional. No. Sorry, they lost to Benton South. So they haven't played Red Bank Regional again yet. And I know the coach, and I texted the coach today, and I actually asked him. They have an Instagram account. I didn't see this one kid who I've talked about in the past, Bennett. Why am I forgetting his last name? Let's see. Let's go to Christian Brothers. Roster. There we go. Bennett Cavallo. So I asked about him. He's been bowling really well. He had a bad game Monday. Come to find out, apparently he hurt his ankle. So he's out for a while, and that sucks because Bennett, I feel, and he's a sophomore. He's the heart of this team right now because, which makes me, in my opinion, means he's more consistent than any of these kids, and they need to follow him. And now that's going to hurt them if they don't. Another comment. Neptune. We used to smack in bowling? Hold on. Now you got me curious, bro. Now you got me curious. Let's see standings. Let's see. Neptune's on here. They're in a different. I think they're bowling in Shore Lanes now. Or been bowling in Shore Lanes. Where is Neptune? Neptune. Okay. They're in A Central, Casey. And they're third place at 6-4. Let's see who's on their team. I'm curious. Roster. We got Sean Coulter, Zach Denberg, Jack Gamba Ellis, Chris Munoz, Azel Perez Robles, Dylan Perry, and Jake Sandoval. If you know anybody, probably not, but that's their bowlers, mostly juniors and seniors. So, yeah, the only way we see now, bro, is if we go into state tournaments or something like that. That's the only way. We're not even in the same division. So, wait, who's your coach? Nathan Loveland. You remember Nathan Loveland? I'm curious if you do. Let's see. What other comments we got here? I used to bowl at Hill Lanes. Okay, start today. You gotta tell me where Hill Lanes is. I've never heard of Hill Lanes. B-ball. Basketball. Well, let's put it this way. You got playgrounds we don't, Casey. Let's be real. Neptune had playgrounds we didn't. And Neptune beat up on a lot of people in basketball, not just CBA. I remember that. I mean, even back in my day, your class, let's see, if I'm class of 94, you're probably class of 04, if I'm correct. And that would make, back then you would have been beating us too. I do remember that. Now, not recently, as far as I know. You know what? I can go back to basketball. Hold on. Let's see. Neptune bowling been pretty good for years. So they're definitely good. This chat moving slow as hell. Let's see. Boys basketball. I got to look at standings. Let's see. We're all on the shore. And playgrounds, yeah. Oh, it was in Old Bridge. Oh, you know what? My fiance would probably know it then and start today. Hell, you might even know my fiance if you bowled in Old Bridge. She bowled in Woodbridge. So, let's see. Neptune. Well, I said Christian Brothers is 5-3 in the A North. Neptune is, what? Haven't I seen him? Uh-oh. You're not going to like this, Casey. You know what they are right now? 0-10. I'm not busting on you either. That's rolling above. I guess rolling. So, like I said, I didn't want to tell you, but I have to. Neptune is 0-10. So you might want to come back to Jersey. Go coach the Neptune team. They need your help. All right, and lastly, I'll go to my last thing because I do have one more thing. Since I'm not on the air until Tuesday next week, I want to talk a lot about Martin Luther King and what he means to me. So let's go over the concept real quick. The concept of Martin Luther King Day was a holiday that was promoted by labor unions. After King's death, the U.S. Representative John Conyers and U.S. Senator Edward Brooks introduced a bill in Congress to make King's birthday a national holiday. Now, the bill first came to a vote in the U.S. House of Representatives in 1979. It fell 5 votes short of the number of needed to passage two of the main arguments mentioned by opponents were that a paid holiday for federal employees would be too expensive, and that the holiday to honor a private citizen would be contrary to the long-standing tradition, as King never held public office. Interesting. I don't like it, but that's interesting. Two comments. We need more youth. I don't disagree, but I'm not getting in on what their roster is right now. So now, at the time, only two other figures had national holidays: George Washington and Christopher Columbus, and we all know about Christopher Columbus. But soon after, the King Center, which looked for support from the corporate community and the general public, the success of this strategy was cemented when musician Stevie Wonder released the single "Happy Birthday" to popularize the campaign in 1980, and hosted the Rally for Peace Press conference in 1981. 6 million signatures were collected for the petition for Congress to pass the law, and is considered the largest petition in favor in U.S. history. Now, President Reagan, interestingly, it says here, and it's on the nationaltoday.com, originally opposed the holiday, citing cost concerns. Again, cost concerns for federal workers. But on November 2nd, 1983, Reagan signed the bill proposed by Representative Katie Hall, to create a federal holiday honoring King. So this happened in 1983. The bill passed the Senate by 78 to 22, House of Representatives 338 to 90. The holiday was observed for the first time on January 20th, 1986, on the third Monday of January rather than directly on his birthday, because it follows the guidelines of the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. You know what? That's interesting. We learned something today. That's very interesting. And I think this is something that we all should know. And things about Martin Luther King Jr. we all should know. And I'll leave it at that. But like I said, we could talk about this more if other people want to talk about it. I'd be interested to talk about it or hear other people talk about it, because obviously I'm a white man, so I only know so much about what a black man goes through on a day-to-day basis, or a black woman goes through on a day-to-day basis. So, but I could revel with them, and Casey knows it's probably true to heart with me, that, you know, he's my brother, you know, UPS brother or other brother, you know, as much as my blood brother is. And, you know, this is very important in my life. And so I hope people think about that on the 15th. I think it is the 15th. So, you know, keep that in your heart and your mind. And Casey, this is for you, since you're still on. I'm not sure you saw that before, or that. But that, I'm running a bracket, and I know you're good enough to do this. You weren't here when I was running this on paper. You've been away. Now you can do this online. And then, of course, still got boxes if you're interested. So, last comment. Let's see. Oh, Casey's off. I love this. Okay. Hitting on there. Yep. I don't know why it's backwards. I must have, my thing went backwards today. So I thought Casey was on. He needs to get into my pool. If start today, if you're interested, like I said, I'm in that bracket pool. If you get, you know, I know your Falcons aren't in it, but there's other teams in it if you're interested to pick. I got 17 participants. I get use a lot more. That means more money for everybody who wins. Or, you know, you absolutely can win. Anybody can win. This is, you know, it's a crapshoot. So, all right. So I will be on. Oh, another comment. I'll get my swim trunks. Okay. Yeah, you might need it if you're living in New Jersey for tomorrow. There's, like I said that before in the beginning. So, yeah, let's go to that one. So, like I said, I'll leave you on my brackets. I have brackets. I wanted to get as many as possible. Hopefully, people that see, you know, will see this and get in. Just email me. Let's see if I could get this. No, nobody? What's my... Oh, you're here. Casey in the house. No, I only see one, but both of you answered. That's interesting. Anyway, so I'm done for the night. I gotta run. You better let me know, bro. So I gotta run too. I got things to do with this rain coming. You know, I gotta figure out stuff downstairs with water. But yes, exactly. I might even go to my pool. Oh, that. Now I got it. It's late. It's getting late. I'm getting close to bedtime. Anyway, so like I said, I have plenty of room for all these people. Okay, I have plenty of room for people to be in this pool. You see all these winners that just won. They won pretty good amount of money. And the boxes they're getting better. They're getting more full. There's like 55 boxes left in the 5s, and there's about 60 or 70 left in both the 10s and the 20s. So, like I said, I will be back on next Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Another comment. I never left this chat bugging, bro. I got you. All right, buddies. Peace out. See you all next week. Have a good week. Talk to you on the 16th. Peace out.